Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master. I'm just waking up, doing a video where I'm in bed, but that's fine. I decided to do this video just because I've been thinking about my Rufus McDoofus video or character, and basically, I have the sniffles. Oh no! So I was thinking that a certain way, like I used to have this thing called Randy America. It was a project of mine. It was a parody of like the right wing post 9/11 patriotic songs, like "Have You Forgotten" and all that crap. So I was making fun of the right wing in that time, after 9/11. So Rufus McDoofus is just like a continuation of like that, but for the left wing side, because right now what we have is this just ludicrous thing with these people on the left saying, doing all this stuff. And I don't really consider them the real left, like I said. I mean, you have, the Glenn Greenwalds, the Jimmy Dore, the Kyle Kalinskis, the Matt Taibbis, formerly the Noam Chomskys, but he's kind of flew the coop with the Biden thing, in my opinion. Of course, he's 90 years old. What he's going to do? What is he going to do? So, just thinking that Trump is actually that much more of a threat than Biden, and supporting Biden, the lesser of two evils, which I don't think he used to be into. We have some people on the left that are reasonable, is my point, still to some extent, but they're fewer and fewer in between, because unfortunately, I think what happened was the corporations and like the big tech and the establishment have co-opted so much stuff from the woke culture that people are being hoodwinked and fooled into thinking that this is some type of left-wing thing, when it's actually the people that we were protesting 20 years ago, like at the WTO, anti-WTO rallies and stuff like that. And people forget that Alex Jones back in the 2000s had a lot of left-wing people. He had Cindy Sheehan on the damn show, for Christ's sake. I mean, we were more barking up the right tree at one point. So right now, though, it is just, I cannot believe how insane some of these people are. With it's, and the virus just highlights just how out of touch and off point they are. And it doesn't mean that I support like some kind of opening up the country immediately, with no restrictions, or or like the whole idea is just that we have to like completely capitulate that side or something like that. But I think the problem to me is that there's no dialogue or no discussion about that, whether or not to do something different. As people have gone completely fucking insane. I mean, look at my videos, the Rufus McDoofus videos. So, the handshaking article, the article about Never Be the Same Again from CNN, that op-ed, and then that latest one, the one about the hugging. It's like there's no context there, and the fact that they're talking about, it's very suspicious when they talk about things will never be the same again. Like after, when Spanish flu killed so many people, so many more people than this will kill less people than the Spanish flu. And because it would have killed way more people already if it was on the level of Spanish flu. There would have been not barrels, what is it called, like there would have been like wheelbarrows of, or not wheel, is that what it, I don't know. There would be like bodies in the street and stuff. If this was on the level of Spanish flu, because Spanish flu was bad. It killed a lot faster too, but in a lot of times people are going completely bonkers over this stuff, and talking about all this stuff, and the hypocrisy of the left too. So I figured that Rufus McDoofus is this new thing that I do because I want to point out that the left is saying, some of the left is saying all this ridiculous stuff, and some of the doctors and people involved with this whole thing are saying some ridiculous stuff. Not all of them, just some of them. Some of the pontificators and stuff. It's ironic because that guy's name. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Zizek, the so-called communist guy. I think he's Bulgarian. He's kind of a thinker on the left right now. I bought his book about the pandemic. It's pretty interesting. There's people like that they have an outside opinion as well, that it's different than the mainstream narrative. So it's not all people on the left that are for all this crap. A lot of people have pointed out, rightly so, that the neoliberals are the ones that are, pushing this thing so far. And that's the problem. And what we can do, and there was this Jacobin article too that was really fascinating. That was Democratic Socialist publication, and they were talking about how lockdowns were ineffectual and we need to go back. I mean, get back to some type of normal as far as quicker than before. We were saying, and that's one thing, and it bothers me because I don't know what. People have asked me, what Matt, what's such a big deal about this? Why are you so weird about this virus stuff? Oh. Because something is really creepy and sinister. And I think those articles that I point out, they just show there's this mindset out there that is really dangerous and scary and authoritarian. So I saw that. I saw people walk in lockstep back years ago with the some of the stuff I've been into with the Manosphere stuff and like some of the PC, SJW stuff. A lot of people walked in lockstep. You'd read a BuzzFeed article, then you'd read a Vox article that said the same thing. Not even the same writer, and they would be talking about all this crap, and it was kind of scary. But some of that stuff was understandable. Honestly, like about sexism and whatever you want to call it, right? Some of it came from a place that was legitimate. But when you're seeing all these media outlets walking lockstep about all this, about the virus stuff is really, it's important because it reminds me of 9/11. Not only because like let's say, I'm not going to go into conspiracy stuff in this video. Maybe I'll do more stuff on conspiracy culture and the virus again. But the fact of the matter is when we have people wanting to take advantage of this, even if you don't want to go the route of it's all set up, to for the Great Reset or New World Order or controlling people, right? Even if that's not true, let's say it's not true. And I'm beginning to believe less and less I'm beginning to believe in more and more that actually is somewhat true. Unfortunately, I've drank the Kool-Aid, watching all these Corbett Report videos and stuff. I mean, a little bit. So even if you don't believe that's true, you can have concerns about how it's going to be used. Like, say, after 9/11, the Patriot Act. You don't have to believe that, Dick Cheney had a remote control with lasers from the moon that blew up the towers and they blamed it on terrorists. You don't have to believe something ridiculous like that to go against the Patriot Act. Of course, the people that are for the Patriot Act will strawman the other side that will be against the Patriot Act and say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's how they use that kind of stuff. So I'm not sick, I promise. It's morning allergies. So that is one thing I have to say about that situation. It scares me because it reminds me of this crisis being used. Never let a good crisis go to waste, right? So it bothers me because it has affected my life. Now, that doesn't mean that that is the only impetus for me to do this. because there's no transparency and there's no consistency and there's no honesty, honestly. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more videos. Rufus McDoofus is my new thing as far as this virus stuff goes. I'm going to be doing 2 videos. One's another article and one's about the most controversial aspect of this. I guess what that is. I wrote that. I was working and I wrote in between calls and stuff this new video. And then there's the first video I'm doing is another article that I found about I'll never be the same again. So I'll be doing that probably in the next couple days. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with questioning this because of the fact that these people are saying such weird, creepy stuff in articles. People say it's not a big deal, but they're still saying it. You know, like that CNN thing was only from like a month or 2 ago, I believe. You know, they said at the beginning, they're saying it now, we'll never be the same again. Oh, you know, it's like, why do they say that? I mean, it's case in point, you know, like I said in previous videos. You had baseball, you know, in 1919, where they weren't wearing masks after the virus had died out. Why can't we just say, oh, the virus will die out, we'll find a cure, vaccine, whatever, and we'll go on with it? Why all this stuff about new normal and all this changes and stuff? So that's where the creepiness comes in. That's where the conspiracy comes in. And if you don't like that, you know, go fucking eat some Monsanto fucking chemicals. Shut the fuck up and go do that. If you don't believe in, oh, well, there's no conspiracy. I'm not, you know, it doesn't really matter if there's a conspiracy. At this point, going against that narrative that this is some type of crisis that's going to change everything forever is probably a good thing. Because why? You know? Why say that? Why do that? And that's where the conspiracy stuff comes in. So, and that's why attacking this whole thing from that perspective is a good thing. It's a healthy thing. It's healthy to have debate. It's healthy to question things. It's healthy to look at things in a critical way. And, you know, the people that are questioning some of this stuff, like me, could be wrong. You know, I allow myself to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I hope a year from now I'm just laughing at the Rufus McDoofus videos. Like, because everything's back to normal. We weren't required to, you know, get whatever immunity passes to go places. We weren't ever required to do this or do a digital dollar or whatever the hell else they're talking about. I hope that's the case, and I hope I laugh at it. Oh my God, we were all freaking out back then, even people that were not as scared of the virus. You know, I hope that's the case. You know, that's my best prayer. I don't want this to be some type of new world order, you know, or anything like that, to quote Alex Jones. I may be doing an Alex Jones impression video too. That's long overdue because people talk to me about doing that. So that's it. I look like shit. I'm in bed, waking up. So, that's all I got to say about the Rufus McDoofus videos. These people are insane. that's my the reason why I think they're insane is because they're just saying they say some insane stuff, and also the repetition, the lockdowns, you know, over and over again, the mandates, rolling the mandates over and over. Insanity, like that long used cliche, is doing the same thing over and over again, getting the same result. Well, these people are insane. Not only the people writing these articles, you know, like the one about the plastic. I just couldn't stop watching that video and laughing because, like, the fact that, and that's why I did the Rufus McDoofus video about that article, because do people really think that this looks, I mean, let's just put it this way, like when you see someone wrapped in plastic to hug them, it's like, why? There could be other ways to do that, you know, have like the rapid testing thing, you know? That's the only thing from the other side that I really like right now that much is the rapid test thing. Have a home test at Walgreens you can just get, or give them away for free. That, you know, make 250 million test kits that last a month with rapid strips. Give it to every, or 300 million or 330 million, whatever. You know, make as many as those as possible, and get people to be able to self-test do their own voluntarily do it, and if some employers have the rapid test thing or some businesses, okay, that's fine, right? But the fact that they don't do that is suspicious to me, too. You still go and get your shit up your nose all the time to do things. And then it's just stupid. So that's the way, to me, that's the way forward is the rapid test thing, which is kind of more like South Korea, meets the Swedish model. So that's my solution, other than opening up, maybe, but we'll have to see. Maybe some states can, see if they, what happens when we do open up. Maybe there won't be maybe the virus will be dispersed in a different way in that way if there's no lockdowns places. People always downplay, or not downplay. They always are shaming people that have that opinion. But what the fuck else are we gonna do? Play whack-a-mole for 5 years until there's a vaccine? The economy would be even worse. We'd be even worse. We'll have riots on it. You think riots are bad now? Mad Max is coming if people if these lockdowns continue. And that's why I almost wanted to vote for Trump if he wasn't going to do more lockdowns like fucking Joe Biden talks about. But I'm not going to vote for either one of them because I know they're both bad in many ways. Trump is a little bit seems a little bit better in some ways. Biden isn't as but Biden isn't as connected to the crazy evangelicals. So who's better? Who's worse? I mean, at this point, it's kind of a toss-up. But with this crisis, I would say that not pushing the Constitution to its limits and First Amendment and 10th Amendment, Fourth Amendment with more mandates and more lockdowns, in that case, I would lean Trump. That's my point with the Trump thing. Also, how he pisses off the neoliberals and the the elites and stuff. I kind of like that too. I'll admit it. That's why John Lydon is a fan of Trump, even though Trump will bail out all these corporations and also has basically a fucking a cabinet full of financiers and corporate execs, which is not good. That's not good either. So that's all I gotta say. You'll see a lot more Rufus McDoofus videos. Or not a lot more, but at least 3 or 4 more, maybe, depending on the articles that I get. I want to find the craziest articles possible, as far as these people saying all this stuff, because I think it's a philosophy. It's a mental construction that these people are pushing on the planet and in America, and this mental construction consists of the virus is so bad, and I mean these articles are basically acting like what people are already saying, that it's endemic, when a lot of people say that it may not be. So it's like endemic and will be as bad forever, and then all these exciting things we have to do now, like have immunity passports and talk on Zoom all day, So that's fucking bullshit. It's insane. I think these people are insane saying this stuff. I'm sorry. Saying that social interaction will never be the same, that's insanity to me. So that's all I got to say.